Hello everyone and welcome back to this game of the Belshire Vestige here in Scala craft hosted by me, Scala. Today we have a very interesting game between the two Zerg players. The one playing the red Zerg here in the bottom right corner is Latvian player Watewer, and on the top left corner playing blue Zerg player is the player named Dave. So today we have a nice ZvZ matchup. People say it's the least interesting matchup of them all because of all that mutaplay, just a couple of links, very micro intensive. Yeah, we'll see how it goes on in this matchup here today between Watewer and Dave. Both players are playing in Diamond League, quite skilled ones. To be honest, I know that Watewer is not really favoring his ZvZ, but he knows how to play, knows the mechanics of this game, knows what to do and when to do. So I guess the game will be pretty exciting here. Yes, so opening here we're seeing from Watewer he's going really for the fast pool. Also a lot of links, so going for early pressure on, and 6 links are on the way for the opponent's base. Yes, need to remind you this is Belshire Vestige, the 2 players map, and so it limits the scouting options and the possible base locations for your opponent, so it's really possible to do some early pressures like this and in a game between Zerg and another Zerg like ZvZ. It's very efficient, and meanwhile Watewer is expanding behind this, so just putting some little pressure on. Seeing it's a quite non-typical answer to this by the Dave. He's putting down some 2 spine crawlers, not really seeing that often because it's a waste of 200 minerals and sacrificing 2 drones, and Watewer is now doing some damage here, but it's obviously not really enough. But the thing is that only those 6 links are forcing those 2 spine crawlers, which is small victory already, and also being available to put down another hatchery, so expansion ahead. Now just time for droning up. Not really need to do a lot of damage, like let's say just don't need to do any damage, to be honest, with those links. That the force of 2 spines is just more than enough. Putting down those links in some position to seeing about the scouting, seeing what opponent's doing, and yeah, seeing Watewer is taking the lead here by taking another expansion and catching up in the drone count and supply as well. So now Watewer is playing in 2 bases, going for the Baneling's nest. That's a typical answer here in the ZvZ. Some while ago, back in the Wings of Liberty, it's probably your favorite more than roaches instead of Banelings. Now it's really about links, Banelings, and mutaplay. So the second expansion in the natural or third expansion somewhere else in the map is really important here, because you need to take a lot of gases to prepare for those mutaplay. Put some spines, spores, maybe some queens, and of course some... Oh, we're seeing that Dave is going for roaches, probably not really a mind game here, but going for roaches for real. It's still viable, but not that efficient and not that common as links, Banelings, mutas. Because the roaches takes a lot of gas, and same for the Banelings. You need to be sure how many you want to create, and just to be sure it's not really too much or really too few, and just need to do enough damage to kill those drones. And that's the thing about this matchup. It's a big mirror, and all the small mistakes really count and really matter a lot. So at the moment the Watewer plays the Overlords really nicely here, just checking for expansions with those 2 links. Overlords are flying over and then seeing what's going on. He knows he's in lead at the moment, is feeling free to drone up. Meanwhile Dave is trying to push out some roaches. Couple of extra queens, he's on 3 queens already, so queen's quite nice. They can soak up the damage from the Baneling explosions, maybe some link run by it. Not that efficient, of course, but still the queens are a really nice thing that just didn't want to spread the creep, defend against air units or whatever. That's just multitasking unit. Quite efficient thing for the Zerg, to be honest, and seen a lot of use of the queens plus roaches and festers, but not really in the ZvZ matchup. So at the moment the supply count is even. Dave is favoring those roaches really much, creating the quite a lot of them. Let's see that active worker count, and seeing that Dave is at the moment and taking the lead by the mining here, earning more gas, I believe. Oh no, sorry, that's the active force. My mistake here. Yes, he's seeing that he have a lot, not really a lot, but still more active force. That roach count is quite impressive at the moment. The spendings are going more towards the army instead of the whatever. He's going for more for technologically upgrades, and putting down those Evo chambers here back in the natural, just taking some ramp, not allowing the Ling run by. I believe he's not really sure about the count of the roaches. It's getting quite deadly amount of roaches, so needs to get those mutas out quite fast, and you need that the roaches are not really good to counter the mutas, and yes, you know why, because of course they can't really shoot up and not really attacking the air. So a lot of spores, a lot of creep tumor here, just expanding that creep tumor massively. A lot of roaches, and the roach force is moving on. It's like 12 roaches in total at the moment here in this group, supported by some queen. It could be quite deadly, and those links won't be effective enough, I believe, to do any damage at all. And the banelings is also not an answer, you know. The banelings is sitting here in the base, but whatever. It's a really wise choice, to be honest, for just seeing the counter of the link run by, but no links. Almost no links at all for the Dave. Just turtling up really much, and putting down the spore crawlers everywhere, just being prepared for the mute attack. Still big count of mutas can still damage it and destroy those static defensive buildings. It's not really that efficient. We're seeing that a lot of muta count from whatever is on the ground already. It's like 9 mutas. Now taking up to 21 additional drone here by whatever. It's he feeling really safe and going for upgrades for the ranged missile attack, also for making some roaches as well, burrow roaches. So he chose to go for the roach muta. It's not the typical choice, to be honest, but need to counter those roaches somehow. Seeing that the Dave is going for roach hydra. Definitely nice composition here. If he managed to take out a lot of hydras in the time to defend against the mutas, it could be quite efficient here. The only thing is about the mutas, need to lock them in position. Some infester would be nice, but the projectile fungal is not that good thing. If you're new to StarCraft, then I need to remember you that before the Heart of the Swarm in the Wings of Liberty, the thing from the infestors, like the fungal growth, was instant spell that was able to lock down the units in one place, doing the damage over time to them as well. Here in the Heart of the Swarm is not really that thing. The fungal growth is projectile thing. It takes a couple of seconds, I believe, to reach target, and after that lock them in the place. So if the player is quite skilled, it's not really that big of a deal to pull them off, to move away of the fungal and fly away. And the mutas regenerating really fast, so that damage over time is not really that efficient anymore. At the moment, seeing that whatever is not really making any mutas, they're now going for the roaches, and that +1 base is really start to kick in. Being able to have spent a lot of money to put down spine crawlers, being aware of the roach attack. Roach Hydra, that Hydra count is quite high for the Dave. It will be dangerous to send the mutas in, because they're quite expensive unit, and they died really fast against the mutas. Of course, those Hydras are expensive as well. They cost a lot of gas. And here's a small victory for Dave, I believe, and the loss of some mutas, still forcing some multitasking here from the Dave, and all the mutas are dead now. Seeing whatever is going for additional lings and roaches, massive roaches with upgrade, the range upgrade here, while the Dave have none. To be honest, non-armor, non-missile attack. This could cost cost the game, to be honest, because if Vati was able to produce a lot of banelings and roaches, then the hydras will just melt away, because hydras are light units, if we all know, and if we don't, then that's the thing. The hydras are light unit and they die really quickly against the banelings. It's all about the micromanagement, just to sending out attack to the correct position and supporting with a lot of roaches. I think the Vati is taking a nice lead here, and an upgrade is finishing, and it's time to move out, because the advantage of 3 bases, he needs to take another base if he wants to keep the advantage. Also make some cost efficient trade, that would be really nice for him, and weaken the Dave army for sure. Now at the moment both players are close to 150 supply, even over that amount and number. So it's really close to the time that the player need to exchange to do some battles, and especially for Watewer, because I think he have a lead at the moment with the army composition and available tech, upgrades and so on, and just a matter of time to Dave to catch up. So need to use this in his own favor, to use those upgrades for him, since we're seeing that Dave is also constantly producing more roaches, more and more roaches, and now it's on the Dave creep, so Dave knows what's going on, what's coming for him. He's trying to put down some additional spine crawlers, make additional roaches, and the battle is imminent. So we're seeing that the damage from the banelings are really efficient. They're destroying almost all of the hydras here. Very nice connection here by Watewer. The thing is, Dave didn't manage. There was just the lack of positioning here, and unfortunately, well, maybe not really unfortunately, but thanks for the Watewer. And in his favor, that a lot of units died by the Dave, and almost all of those hydras are dead, and they are really cost efficient. They're really costly units. They are really expensive thing, and you don't want to lose them that easily. Just against a couple of banelings here. And now the big reinforcement from the Vati is coming in. A lot of lings, a lot of roaches as well. Roaches by Dave as well. And I'm seeing that the supplies, it's at 200 mark by Watewer, so needs to do another big attack here by Vati, and need to focus maybe some natural thing to destroy some drones, cripple the economy of the opponent, and would be nice to expand behind all this to secure additional income. We're seeing that first the main base is almost mined out, for the both players, so it's time to move out for the 4th base, and seeing the 3 bases running, since the income will drop significantly really soon. At the moment we're seeing that income is quite even, maybe in a favor for Vati, and gas is also, so taking count of those upgrades, what is in quite nice position, but at the moment just seeing the roach versus now it's just roach for Dave, and I think it's a little bit mistake here. Of course the banelings are not that efficient against roach, but still can do quite some damage, easy to replaceable, especially if the Vati have bank for that. Both players are closing into 200 supply mark, and those upgrades are 3-3 almost there, and Vati chooses to go attack before he reaches that grade, and then now big attack here next to the Dave base, and roaches are not able to do the damage all at the same time. Not the best position here for the Watewer. Nice small mistake here by Watewer, is trying to micro them, but just the upgrades are kicking in, and you're seeing that's the damage at 2 roaches against 0-1, and doesn't matter if you have a lot of spine crawlers, just the roaches with upgrades are, they're so much more efficient. And even with the small mistakes Vati made about the micromanagement, moving all the roaches at the same time and not doing any attack, he still managed to take all the Dave army out, and with the money banked in and the bases, he's able to go for big reinforcements. A lot of wings are running in, and also producing some ultralisks, and it's quite the usual choice nowadays going for ultras. It's really efficient unit, and especially if the opponent doesn't have really those upgrades needed, so it's totally okay. And you're seeing the Vati is taking out a lot of drones, and taking care of those roaches as well with the links. And need to remember the links are not that well upgraded as the roaches, but they've somehow managed to defend against this, and Vati is on the run, but he took the 4th base, and that's the main thing he needed to do. Exchange the armies, quite cost efficiently, take another base, and now he just needs to defend the base because Dave knows just exactly where to go, and ooh, it will be tough this time. Not really a lot of units to defend it. At least the units are quite far away, and those heavy ultras are coming in. Just another ultra popping out, so now Dave knows for sure that his ultralisks are coming. Ultralisk, roaches, lynx, quite deadly composition. Not really a lot of support for Ultralisk. Their melee unit needs something ranged behind them. I would prefer the Hydras here, since nothing really to counter Hydras here from the Dave army, just the roaches. But not really that enough gas for the Vati. He's now going for a lot of roaches, while the Dave is going for Mutas. A wise choice here, of course, but I believe it's a little too late. Unfortunately too late. He can take out the Ultralisks for sure, but not really to counter the reinforcements of Vati, and that could be the end. You're seeing that the Mutalisks have only +1 armor upgrade here. That the armor that doesn't really prefer, and this time all the professional players, they just go for the +1 range attack for the damage, because of the links soaking up the damage here in the ZvZ. But oh my god, that kind of roaches and ultras are just destroying the base, taking out the evolution chambers and Hydralisk then, and all those spores, and ooh, the hatchery. The one is down here in the third base, and the second one is coming out, and of course the Mutalisks are trying to do a lot of damage, but they're just not really enough of them. And seeing the Vati is now switching back to the Mutas. He have the money, he have the economy for that. He have technological advantage, also the upgrades here, and after the Mutas, I'm sorry, after the Ultralisk taking out the Spire, it's just not really anything that Dave can do anymore. His blight count just shows that it's 36 against 180, and all those 36 are, I believe, are just the Mutalisks and couple of drones somewhere. If there are, yes, there are a couple of them, and they can try to chase down the Ultralisks, chase down some roaches, but it's nothing really can do. And what he just sends the drones to make the spore crawlers and secure his economy on those bases. It's just a waste of money, to be honest, here, because he can just send those Mutas in and destroy the day once and for all. Very well played here by Vati. Nice read of the game, wise choice of the tech. Not really the typical choice of the ZvZ matchup. We're just seeing a lot of Mutas and just massing out them and playing again with support of the links. It's not the one. It was so nice to see, especially those Ultralisks from the Collector's Edition. That really nice skin choice. Very nice, very nice. Here, the thing is that Dave is already lost, and he just needs to GG and leave the game. Well, thank you everyone for watching this game. This was really nice and really fun. Here from the Watewer, thanks him for the game. Just needs to remind you all guys to please like, subscribe if you like, of course. Put down some comments, ask for additional videos, what do you want to see, what kind of matchups or videos, and so on. Hope you enjoy. See you all soon. This was Scala.